What's good, family? It's me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC, Lions and Broadcasting Community. Shout out to M Vision Photography and Video. Also, Marlon Harvey on Facebook. Shout out to the Louisiana All-American Sports Network. And shout out to the greatest university in the world, the Southern University, home of the mighty Jaguars. In this particular video, I'm going to give you part two of my pregame analysis for the 2025 Southern University Blue versus Gold Spring game. And I'm going to be truthful. I'm not as much worried about the defensive side of the ball because you have three foundational players in terms of three players you could really build your defense around. First and foremost, Kelby Gibbons, who was the SWAC co-defensive player of the year last year. Also, in terms of your linebackers, you have Vince Page. A lot of people compare Vince Page to Vince Lance. That's high praise for Vince Page, even though he didn't make the All-SWAC team. A lot of people compare him to Vince Lance, which to me is high praise. That means if people compare Vince Page to Vince Lance, that means Vince Page, he has the flexibility and the versatility to rush the passer or blitz. He can cover, and he could do a variety of different things as a linebacker. So that's high praise for Vince Page. And then in the secondary, you have Herman Brister III. Now, I don't know if any of these three players are going to play because I know the last few years for the Blue versus Gold Spring game, whoever the best defensive players were really didn't play. So I'm not looking for Kelby Gibbons to play. I'm not looking for Vince Page to play. I'm not looking for Herman Brister III to play. I'm not saying they won't. I'm not expecting them. So my primary focus is going to be on the offensive side of the ball. First and foremost, in terms of the offense, the quarterback position. You look at the three quarterbacks that was coming into the Blue versus Gold Spring game last year. This time, you had Noah Biden, and you had Xavier ZT set. Jalen Woods beat out the two of them, and he outlasted them to become Southern University's starting quarterback. Now, we are at the point where those two are no longer there. And Jalen Woods has solidified himself as Southern University's starting quarterback. However, let's see if today, if Angelo Izzard Jr. or Jamari Jones can push Jalen Woods in that position and to kind of compete for that spot or even give him a little fight for it to the point where it's not already locked in, it's not already solidified. So let's see one of those two could kind of push him, or even both of them. Also, now that Kobe Dillon is gone, now that C.J. Russell is gone, like all of your running backs are gone. None of the returning running backs are on the roster. They're all gone. Kendrick Grimes was your game breaker, your home run hitter. All three of those running backs are gone. Who going to emerge? Will it be Barry Remo? Will it be Amari Asbury? Or will it be another running back that I'm unaware of? Also, in terms of your offensive line play, last year this time, the offensive line play was trash. It was terrible. The defensive line, Willie Miles in particular, dominated the offensive line. So it's going to be imperative to see if the offensive line play, I mean, we know it improved the second half of the season, and they pretty much did a great job the rest of the way. However, let's see if the offensive line play is still going to be up like it was the second half of the season, or is it going to be what it was at the beginning of the season and last year at this time for the Blue versus Gold Spring game. And not only that, in terms of the wide receiver position, last year in the Blue versus Gold Spring game, a lot of wide receiver played. But let's see which wide receiver established themselves as the number one wide receiver, whether it's Darren Morris, whether it's Cam Jefferson, whoever. And not only that, last year in the Blue versus Gold Spring game, the thing that really jump-started the offense was the tight end play. Is the tight end play going to be a focal point again this year? So it kind of remains to be seen how things play out. But more than anything, I'm looking forward to see if Southern University has the framework and the groundwork to be a team that's going to be head and shoulders above the other teams in the SWAC West, or if it's going to kind of be like it was this past season where it's going to kind of be a dogfight. So we'll find out all these questions in a little bit when I do my post-game reaction to the Blue versus Gold spring game. Post-game reaction, part 1. I'll catch y'all on the rebound. You'll have a blessed, phenomenal afternoon. I'll catch y'all for my post-game reaction. Peace and blessings.